So back to Dreamweaver. Okay. I think I'm using this one, the vet ready photo. Just drop it and it's going to transfer it right there. I thought it did. Looks like you have to actually drop it on the folder, or you can use this arrow right here and that'll put the file to the remote server. I like to drag and drop. Okay, and back to Chrome. Refresh. There's the photo. Now none of the links are working. You'll get these messages if your file is not transferred to the server correctly. Okay, let's say that we want to, we usually don't want to transfer these sites to our main link. I don't want people to go here and see that site, so I'd probably transfer something else. What I want is actually to have a directory at the end of my site called Corvette. So just regular Corvette written out. So what I'll do is I'll come back to Dreamweaver again, and I'll create a new directory right here. So what you can do is right click or control click directly on your www folder at the top and do a new folder and then call it Corvette. You can also right click in here, anywhere in here, and do new folder. Now what I'll do is I'll take every single thing here, maybe except for the really large image. I'll highlight it all by clicking the first. Hold the shift key down and click the last one. I'll have to get that image in a minute here. Okay, and then I could hold the option key down. The control key, and you can click whatever you want there. Okay, so I've got these selected. Drag and drop right on the word Corvette. Okay, that'll take just a minute. If your connection's fast, it doesn't take very long. So now check this out. I've got a Corvette directory or a folder, and all those files are in there, all the ones that I use for my website. You got to make sure you transfer every single thing you can think that your site needs. So you need all the HTML files, you need the images, the JPEGs, the GIFs. You don't need the original images unless you just want to store them for backup, like your digital images, but those will fill up your server and take a long time to transfer. And then you need your CSS, your .css file. Okay, and then back to Chrome. Now, how does your browser know to actually display the correct page? Well, as long as you put an index.html file, no spaces, all lowercase, put that in your folder, it defaults to that file. So I'll type Corvette, hit return, there it is. Now, check that out, it all works correctly. So this is now live. If you guys want to check that site out, check the code out for any reason, you probably don't need to. But if you need to, there's the URL. It's just district, that website, /andrew.hunt/Corvette, and then that's it. So, very important tutorial for you. Quick recap of logging into Dreamweaver, and I'll talk a little bit about hosting, and that'll be it. Logging into Dreamweaver, so let's say you're done with this for right now. Let me unplug or disconnect from the remote server, and you hit that button again, collapse to show only local or remote site. Now, if yours doesn't look exactly like that, or you lose it, like what will happen sometimes is you lose it behind Dreamweaver and you don't see it anymore, just go to Window and Files, and you'll be able to find it again. So Window, Files, that'll pop that up. This just expands the file panel. Okay, Site, Manage Sites, and then double click on your site. That's how you get to your servers. Okay, there's the server, and I can double click on it and edit it. So just double click on these and you can edit if you make a mistake. Okay, you save all of those and then you expand, hit the plug to connect it, and there it is. Unplug it, and then you're done. So very nice built-in FTP transfer program for that. Take, next week or two, experiment, transfer some sites. If you want to submit your URL for your sites, that's fine. Instead of a zip file, I'll be able to get all your files for it. You can do that. Not required right now, but I will require it for a future project in the next few weeks. Back to Chrome, let me show you a few websites. GoDaddy.com. It's cheap. It seems to be 100% reliable. I've never had a problem with it, and it has a nice web-based email. A lot of these hosting companies. If you're not familiar with a hosting company, just go to some of these, read about them. This is just a site where you are paying for a service like a domain name, yourname.com, or hosting, where you pay a little bit of monthly space to rent, or a little bit of, you pay a monthly fee to rent some space. And these give you a lot of space. I mean, they give you gigabytes of drive space to put your sites on. Very cheap hosting. You're talking $2 or $3 a month probably. Lots of features built in that'll make your life easier as a web developer. So you can check that one out. You can buy a domain name here. You can host it. So I've used that one for my website. I've also used Hostway. Seems fine. A little more expensive. Hostway.com. I've also used Yahoo for domains. I haven't used it for hosting because it was expensive. It's actually kind of cheap now. But they have nice domain services. So like if you buy a domain name, you can set up this domain forwarding. So that means that you don't have to worry about a monthly fee. If you type in a domain name, and then it would forward to another address like your district.bluegrass.kctcs address, but you would not see that. You would only see the domain name. So it has domain forwarding. But it's probably my least favorite because they will automatically continue to charge your credit card if you don't tell them to. GoDaddy is a little bit better about that, although they will automatically charge too if you're not careful. But it's easier to log into this site. Lots of good control panels that they've set up for you, and the web-based email. And then that one, I haven't used it for a while, but it worked well for me when I did use it. So that's just a little bit about the hosting companies. Again, start with this one if you don't already have one. It's free. It gives you plenty of space, and you can transfer your files to it. So that's it for this video. Very important video, not especially complicated, but you'll use FTP, over and over again. So you want to get comfortable with it. You want to get it working. When you buy hosting like this, they give you the information you need to log into your server. So your login information would go into the Dreamweaver server control panel, and then you'd be able to transfer your site up live. So it's actually really easy to get done. You never talk to anybody. You just do it all online. Probably costs you $15, $20 to get set up for your own site. So eventually, I would recommend that you get your own site if you don't already have it. You don't need it for this class, but you may for a future class, in the program. If you want to be professional at all, you're going to want to have some of your own sites. You want to have your own domain name. You'll probably want to have your own Facebook dedicated to your business, your portfolio, not your personal one, obviously. And maybe a YouTube channel if you like to do video, and a LinkedIn profile also. So if you put all of those together, you'll start to be professional when you start to present yourself in interviews and submitting for job applications. So that's it for this movie. It got a little longer than I intended, but I hope it has been informative, and I hope it works for you.